Hello everyone, my name is Govind. Today I am going to present a topic effective communication skill for success. So each and every time we communicate to each other, right? Since the childhood, if you see or if you observe, we just communicate our ideas. Right? When we were born small, that time you will find we used to communicate through the signs, right? You used to cry if you need something in the childhood, right? You used to uh, put your hand there, like suppose if you want to indicate something or you want something, right? So the communication, if you see, it is a part and parcel of our life, right? And when you talk about effective communication, the effective communication is nothing but if you find you convey your ideas in an effective way so that the person who is listening can understand easily, right? If you see that meaning of communication, right? So communication is nothing but conveying your message to the others, right? Or transferring the ideas to the other people, right? So communication is nothing, just you can say that you communicated your ideas, thoughts, right? So whenever we talk about the communication, there are some components of communication, right? In a communication, you will find there are some components, like there would be a sender, there would be a message, there would be a medium, there would be a feedback as well, right? Receiver who gives feedback, right? So these all components we must consider when we talk about the effective communication, right? Then many times we get confused, right? In a day-to-day scenario, you will find people are quite confused that how we differentiate the conversation and the communication, right? So communication is different from conversation, right? So communication is what you can say that when you send a message or when you try to put your ideas in front of others, that person understand and that person take action, right? But in a conversation, you will find that when you talk about the things, like when you talk in the family or with the friends, that time you will find we converse, right? For sake of converse, like it is, you will find there may be intention, but you will find maybe there will be volatility while talking about the conversation, means there will be a course of action, right? So this is the major difference between, we can say that the between the communication and conversation, right? Now let us discuss the characteristic of communication, right? Characteristic in the sense feature, what the features we must consider, right? Like if you see the personality also has a characteristics. कोई हमने देखा है तो कोई लाउडली बोलता है, कोई शॉर्ट में कुछ बात करता है, राइट? सो इन द वे यू विल फाइंड कम्युनिकेशन इज डिफरेंट टू द डिफरेंट पर्सन, राइट? Are you getting? So that is why we must understand the characteristic to know the how we communicate, right? Or how should we communicate? You can say that the clear and concise and complete message should be there, right? Your message should be clear, concise, right? Then only the person will understand actually what you are going to say, and that person will try to take action, right? If your message is vague or it is not complete or correct, you can say that the person or you will not have communication in a good way, right? So that is why your message should be concise, correct and complete, right? Without giving complete thoughts or ideas, the communication would not be completed, right? So you must consider this all the things when you talk about the communication, right? Then another characteristic, that is continuous process, right? So when you talk about the communication, it is continuous in nature, right? Means the person send a message, then there will be a modification in that communication ideas or thoughts, and then it get transferred to others, right? Means there is a flow of information from sender to the receiver, right? Then another characteristic of the communication, that is completeness, right? There should be a complete message so that we can convey it to the other, right? Then another point which we must consider while the communication, that is consideration of recipient, right? Mean we should consider the recipient, who is our recipient, right? When we set the goals in our life, that time we decide our intention, right? The same thing happens when we communicate, right? We must know our audience, or say the message to whom we are sending, right? ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आप जा रहे हैं और आपको रास्ता ही पता नहीं है, right? So it is the same, they can apply the same thing here. You must know the path of communication, right? Means you should consider audience. It should not be like the one-way communication, right? Just you are talking and you will not having the feedback or reply, right? So that is what we can say, that it is necessary to consider the other people while we communicate, right? Because it is not just a thing that you are going to talk, to communicate to yourself, right? Right? For the productiveness of your organization, your interpersonal life, you must consider others also. You must respect others also, so that there will be a good communication, right? Okay. Then another point which we are going to discuss, that is significance, right? So when you talk about significance or importance, right, we must know what is actually importance of communication, right? Why we do communicate the things in our day-to-day life, right? So first and foremost, the thing that we can say, that to understand each other, to building a trust, right? We communicate with each other, right? So as you know that human being is a social animal, right? So social animal in the sense, on daily basis we communicate to understand and to building a trust, right? If you take the example of a big organization like say Tata or say Reliance, there you will find their success is high, right? We can say that they have built trust, right? If you see the Tata company, right? You see the Ratan Tata, he is quite humble person, right? And he always consider the employees, right? And it has helped, like he has used this communication to building a trust among the employees, and that is why the productivity of Tata, or say the Tata company group, is high, right? So it is important to building a trust, right? Then many times the communication help us to take good decision, right? To solve the many problems of personal life as well as organizational, right? In a corporate words, it is very important to take the decision on time, right? Even if you see the politician, like nowadays the pandemic is going on, right? The corona pandemic is going on, and we need to take prompt decision, right? Even government at the central level, state level, they are trying to communicate each other how, means what should be a course of action to contain this pandemic, right? So that is why we can say that the communication is important, right? It may be irrespective of field. It may be in the politics, it may be in the government, it may be in the corporate world, it may be in our personal life, right? Now let us discuss the types of communication, right? So there are many types of communication, right? So one by one we are going to discuss, right? The first type of communication, that is interpersonal communication, right? Interpersonal communication and intrapersonal, both together we'll discuss, right? First of all, we'll discuss the intrapersonal. Intrapersonal in the sense the person who is talking to himself, right? For example, many people laugh in their own cheeks, right? So it is the expression of communication, like the person laughing to himself, right? Many times we say that, oh God, right? So that time we talk to ourselves, that is intrapersonal, right? Then another type of communication, that is interpersonal. Interpersonal means when you talk with your friends, with your colleagues or with your senior, right? Means there was someone who you are going to talk, right? So आप किससे तो बात कर रहे हो, right? That is the interpersonal, means there would be someone to with you are talking. Okay, the another type of communication that always we use, right? Many times you write, right? In school also we used to write on the table, right? Whenever the teacher was not present that time, even we used to come and write on the boards, right? How many of you like to write the things, right? Maybe you like the things to write as well, right? As a human being, we speak and orally and we written write also, right? Okay, oral in the sense when we talk, when we speak, right? When we orally convey the message, right? It is oral communication. And you talk about written communication, we write, right? We write the letters, right? Letters, don't think about letters which you used to write in college, right? But letter here, it could be informal, say, or formal way of writing, right? So you can write a letter instead of friend to prime minister, right? Right, or your boss. It is formal way. Okay. The another type of communication, that is verbal and non-verbal. The major difference, the word itself defines us, right? Verbal in the sense what actually we write in the words, right? Where mostly in the verbal we use the words, right? We use words here, right? Means whenever it may be words in the written form or oral form, we use the words here. In non-verbal form, many times we express through the expression. It may be body language, right? So suppose I said, right? Suppose here I am just signing the stop, right? Many times you will find even traffic police also use the same thing, right? Maybe you don't have a license that time. The policeman will say, right? He will not say, but he will say some. He will give some sign. So it comes in a non-verbal communication, right? Then you can bifurcate or you can classify the communication in a formal and informal way as well, right? So formal and informal communication you might have seen many times, even in our professional life we have to talk in a formal way and informal way as well, right? In a formal way in the sense if you are working in a particular company, that time also you need to talk formally with your boss, right? Otherwise he will expel you from the company, right? So you should give respect, you should show humbleness, you should show that the kind of sincerity there. So it is necessary. But in informal way, like if you are talking with your friends, suppose एक आप बंदे से बात कर रहे तो that time you use a language which is not formal, that you will not follow the formalities, right? For example, if you are greeting to your friend, you will say hi, कैसा चल रहा है, right? In this way, right? That is informal way. But you cannot say to boss, hi boss, how are you, right? You cannot say like that. So last type of communication we are going to discuss, that is vertical and horizontal, right? So in a vertical communication, you will find there would be a flow of message or information in a top-down approach or down-to-top approach, right? For example, if you take the example of India's government, right? So India has a federal government. Whenever the central government has to pass the information to the local authority or state government, it is the top-down approach, right? If you take, means this is a vertical form of example. Means it could be like bottom to top as well. If you take the example of school, in school many times student convey their message to the principal, right? So it is a bottom to top approach, right? And the another way of communication, that is horizontal, right? When you are talking with your colleagues or same rank person, that time you use this communication. Apart from this, there would be a diagonal communication as well. Right? Diagonal in the sense that there would be more than two organizations or entities, right? Okay, now let us discuss the barriers. The barriers in the sense, many times we get halted, stopped, right? Maybe message not reached to that person who are intended to send, right? So there are some barriers or say obstacle also, you can say that, right? As in life we see the many difficulties, right? The same thing happen while communication, right? Okay, the first major barrier, that is language, right? Language is a major barrier, right? Suppose if you are staying in Maharashtra and if you are right, if you want to convey the person your message to that person, you cannot use the Tamil there, right? Illa board or class, right? If you are talking in this way, that person will not understand. You should talk in Marathi, right? So India has a diversity of language. Even in your day-to-day scenario, also you should use the simple language. You should not show that I am a scientist, and you should not use complicated language, right? The language barrier should not be there. Your language should be simple, right? So that person will understand your message. Then another barrier, that is your message should not be disorganized. Instead of that, it should be organized message. Right? Organized in the sense what actually you are going to talk, you should know, right? And it should be a precise message so that the person will understand, right? The third thing is that in the age of information, we are communicating in such a way that I know everything, right? People, suppose if you ask about the corona virus to the person, that person will provide a lot of information, right? Because in the age, we are living in the age of information, and there you will find whenever people communicate, they overload their information, right? Unnecessarily they give more information, right? Because of the digital way, they have more things in their mind, but it should not be there. It should avoid, means you should avoid this all the thing if you want to convey your effective message, right? Information ज़्यादा नहीं देना चाहिए, right? Then lack of experience, right? Whenever you have lack of experience, you will find quite nervous. You will not express your things effectively, right? So that is why you can say that you should have confidence as well as we can say the experience. Right? We have seen the barriers. Now, as you have waited for a long time, right? So, how to improve your this effective communication skills, right? And these are important to many ways for your personal growth, your societal, means to influence the society, right? You should have this effective communication skill, right? So first and foremost thing, that is the thing that to improve your communication skill, that is you should be a good listener, right? You should be a good listener. If you are not listening person and just you are passing information, right? You will not be considered as an effective communicator, right? Now second thing that friends you must know that to improve your communication, that is you should have knowledge, right? Knowledge will come with the reading, right? You should read as much as you can, right? So that you can easily convey your message, right? Then third thing which you must know to improve your communication at next level, that is language. You should have command over language. You should use the language that person understand, right? Then only your communication would be there. Otherwise, there will be huge gap in say the communication, right? And whenever you talk, you should be a confident personality so that the person will understand, right? Whenever you see the person that you communicate with, right? That person should have confidence as well as smile on the face, right? Then only you will find there will be a effective communication, right? And while it was like for oral communication, but for written communication you should have legible handwriting, right? You should not do the grammatical mistake and all those things, right? In a digital way we don't need not to write, but some another way you should consider the points also of language and grammar things. So today, friends, we have seen the effective communication skills, how it helps us to communicate effectively, right? So I will not take your more time, right? So with this we will stop here, and thank you for patient listening. Thank you.